Joining us now is the former U.S. ambassador to Denmark under the Obama administration, Rufus Gifford. Mr. Gifford, thank you so much for joining us. What do you make of the Trump administration's argument that the United States needs Greenland for both its own national security and to protect NATO countries?
Well, it's a complete, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. I really do appreciate talking about this. And it's a complete misunderstanding of NATO, honestly. And that's what's so absurd to me in this. I think that the whole premise of NATO is this idea, which was to prevent, in part, to prevent something like this from ever having to happen, to prevent one allied nation from having to take over another for their own national security. Because the premise of Article 5 is that if you attack one of us, you attack all of us. So that would mean to say that if Greenland were attacked by a hostile force to NATO, say the Russians, hypothetically, the entire alliance, including the United States, as well as Poland and Italy and others, would be compelled to respond. So the argument that we need Greenland for national security doesn't hold water. And by the way, the Greenlanders and the Danes would welcome further American military investment in Greenland. We used to have a dozen bases in Greenland. We have scaled them back since World War II, and even more so after the Cold War. But if we wanted to invest more in Arctic security, which I think we should, to match the Russians, it would be welcome in Denmark and Greenland. What you don't want to do is poke one of your best allies and one of your best alliances in the eye and alienate them. In my mind, that keeps both us and the world less secure.
President Trump has proven to be rather unpredictable on the world stage. If you were the U.S. ambassador to Denmark right now, what would you be telling them?
Oh gosh, look, it would be that is a rough job right now. I would say this. I would say, one, let's open a history book. Let's remind folks what a country like the Kingdom of Denmark has done alongside the United States. And that is that they have lost more young men and women per capita in Afghanistan than any country in the world other than the United States. A war we asked them to fight, a war that they were very willing to fight alongside us. And then I would say, let's remember what NATO was built for. There have been other U.S. presidents that have thought maybe it would make sense for the United States to acquire Greenland somehow. But the solution to that was NATO. A collection of nations who had the same, who were grounded in national security that was unified, so that if you attack one of us, you attack all of us.
What do you think that China and Russia are thinking as they watch all this unfold?
Oh, gosh, I think they are, to use a crass American expression, licking their chops. They would love nothing more than to split up NATO, to create a fissure in NATO, and to create doubt in the West. Leadership, a void in leadership, and I do believe we are leaving a leadership void internationally right now. Someone's going to fill it. And if the United States doesn't fill it, who's going to? And I guarantee you the Chinese in particular, but also the Russians are going to do everything they can to fill that void. If that Western alliance, a Western alliance, mind you, that has kept the world peaceful and prosperous for the last 80 years, fractures the way that the Trump administration is threatening to fracture it.
Rufus Gifford, former U.S. ambassador to Denmark, we thank you so much for your time and insight.
Pleasure to be with you. Fractures the way that the Trump administration is threatening to fracture it.
Rufus Gifford, former U.S. ambassador to Denmark, we thank you so much for your time and insight.
Pleasure to be with you.